This is Western Australia by FarmerBOB. It is 144.07 megabytes to download, and the description says, "Welcome to Western Australia. In the outback, you are in charge of your own future. With the standard equipment, you are off to a great start to be a great farmer. Good luck." Features 27 farmlands, 25 fields, 3 self-owned fields in New Farmer. In order to sell fruit from the storage silos, they must be loaded onto truck and transported to sell point. Several large fields, I think that's meant to say. Great startup fleet. So let's go and check it out. G'day, mate. I won't be doing that accent all the way through, don't worry. But here we are on the map, Western Australia. And this is the map, guys. Some really huge fields on here. There's a very nice map, actually. I do like it. There's a couple of things to point out, though, which I will talk about as we sort of get to them. One thing might be something that I'm doing wrong, and I'll explain that when we get down there. But yeah, this is the map. As you can see, huge fields. Do have a river that runs through here like that. There is no bridges or anything. There is only one crossing point at the minute, and that is literally sort of like driving through the river. It's about there. We will drive to that a bit later. We are up here, which is our starting farm in New Farmer mode. We've got a grain mill over here, and then everything else is all down in this section here, which obviously again we will talk about when we get to that. In New Farmer mode, we start off with all this, which is pretty good. They're 3 separate chunks, so we get this big chunk in the middle. That's field 1 plus all the farm area, which is pretty nice. 916,000, so already you can see it's going to be a bit expensive on here, but they are huge fields. We've got field 4, not so bad, but smaller obviously, 360,000 just over. And then field 2, which is huge, 1.3 million. But that isn't the biggest. Field 11, 2.4 million. 2.1 million. We've got some smaller ones like that. 88,000. 609. 1 million just over. So you get the idea. And you can buy this area where all this is, which we'll talk about as well. 832,000 for that. That also does take in this strip. There is a railroad track. I haven't spotted a train yet, so there's no sort of like selling point with a train. I think it is just the tracks that are decorative, but it runs through the map like that and across the back of our farm and disappears up here somewhere, which we will see. I think it's the river as well. I think that is lighting up. But yeah, so that is the sort of fields. I did buy all the fields just to see if there was anything that popped up, you know, in terms of having to own the land for it to appear on the map. That wasn't the case. But what I did find is when I bought field 15, it wouldn't let me sell it back. I don't know why. There is some electricity pylons running through it, which is these dots here, but they run all the way through the map. So as you can see, they are all the way through. I didn't have any problem selling any of these fields, but for some reason, and I couldn't see anything else on there, it came up with a warning saying that you cannot sell this with placeables on that land, which is a bit odd. But anyway, so yeah, that is the map, guys. On the farm, there's quite a bit going on. All we have in terms of animals is a chicken pasture and some bees. That is it. We've got farmhouse. We've got a couple of silos and sort of buy points for seeds and solid and liquid fertilizer, and a silo and a few sheds, which we will talk about. Down in this corner, there's, well, really, there's only a couple of sell points, to be honest with you. We've got one of those there, which is selling station grain yard. We've got an animal dealer, and then we've got the animal dealer sell point and a spinnery as well. That is just a sell point. Oh, actually, that's showing up as a sell point, but there is a spanner wrench down there. We'll look at that when we get down there. And then there's another sell point there, which is Corgi Station. All these other things are flat bottom bins, and I couldn't quite get my head around some of it, because there is another silo there, which is the NL1622, and another flat bottom bin there. I'll talk about that when we get down there, but I was a little bit baffled by it. And we've also got the shop down there, and it has a workshop. Apart from that, that is it, guys. That is all there is. Scrolling through here, there is 100 collectibles on here. In production chains, we do start off with a small greenhouse, which you'll see in a second on the farm. Contracts are available, and as you can imagine, a huge paying out. Look at the price of that for spraying, 62,000. There's our animals. We do have 10 chickens in one rooster in that pasture, which is nice. There is no added in crops, and as you can see, we scroll down, there's the different selling points. Now, there is no sell point for wood, so if you wanted to do a little bit of forestry, cut down some of the trees that are sort of around the fields and on our farm, you will have to sort something out about that. There's also no BGA on here, so if you want to go down that route, you'd have to place one down. There's also no fuel station, but there is a couple of fuel tanks. And there's one on our farm as well, which obviously we will see when we go round, so I just thought I'd point that out. And there is also nowhere to sell stones either, so again, you could pop something down if you wanted to have stones turned on, collecting them or selling them. Obviously you can go down the line production route as well if you wanted to. I think that is all that nonsense. We will go through all slot counts, get all that out of the way. The modded in things, not a lot to be fair, and I couldn't really see any difference. Let's do that now. We'll come over here. So in sheds, if I scroll down, they all look like the base game ones, but for some reason they're showing up as mods. Some maps do that, whether they are actually obviously modded in to fit the map. But as far as I can tell, the prices are the same, the buildings are the same as the base game ones. Everything on here is base game, there's not sort of anything quirky. And then in containers, we've got these. So we've got a solid fertilizer tank, that's on our farm. We've got 2 liquid fertilizer tanks on our farm, and then we've got the Karma 16, which does seeds or mineral feed. And like I say, price is exactly the same, capacities are the same, so and they look the same, so I'm not too sure about that. And in painting, sorry, getting muddled up now, that is it for mods. So there's nothing else in. It's just your standard basic textures. Got animal mud, asphalt, dirt, forest ground, grass, dry grass, gravel, rock and granite. That is it. So that is that part as well. Let's do the slot counts, because it does vary. So like I said, I'm in new farmer mode. Excuse me. And the slot count for new farmer mode is 1144. You start off with this equipment, not too bad equipment if I'm honest. Medium tractors, we've got a Massey Ferguson 8S, we've got 2 large tractors, the Fendt 942 Vario and a JCB Fast Track A330. Very nice indeed. We've got a Max Superliner truck, nice big case harvester. In cars, we've got the 86 Lizard pickup and a Mahindra. We've got 3 trailers. We've got a Crampe trailer for your truck, or if you want to use a dolly. We've got another Crampe trailer which you can pull with your tractors, and we've got the little trailer like that, which is very, very dinky for this map. In headers, we've got the Draper header which you can tow, that's 13.7 meter one. And we've also got a corn header, which is nice. We've got a stone picker, may want to swap that out for the bigger modded in one we've had recently. Nice big cultivator, nice big seeder. We've got a sprayer, and we've got a fertilizer spreader, and that is it. So that is the slot counts on new farmer mode. Now if you want to sell off all of that equipment, you can get the slot count down to 926, and you can get it down to even further by selling off all the buildings, sheds, greenhouse, farmhouse, things like that on the farm. I got it down as low as 824. There's potential probably to get that down a bit more, because some of the things down in that area down the bottom, you can sell them off, but obviously you do need to own the land to be able to do that. Farm manager and start from scratch. If you come on here in those two modes, none of these buildings are here. It's completely open, empty, no farmhouse, nothing. You don't start off with any equipment either, and the slot count is 819. So there you go. Right, that's all that over. So there's our Mahindra. Straight away behind us we got our farmhouse. It's the Oak Belleron farmhouse. Sleep trigger on the porch. Garage does open. We've got our wardrobe function there. Then round the back you can see the chicken pasture. Again, standard in-game one. So this will hold 30. We have got 11 in there, 10 and 1 rooster. Feed troughs there. Your eggs will spawn there. And then just up the back we've got our beehive. Don't get too close, might get stung. But it's very cool. I do like this map. It's been done very, very well. The lighting's good. It does feel like you're in Australia. I've been to Australia, lucky enough to go there, and I have seen a few of the places, non-city places, and it does, you know, it does feel like that as well. Even this is the edge of the map. This is the railroad track that runs through. This is the edge of the map, but even over there, all sort of like the rough looking terrain and hills, I think it's been done very, very well. Very nice map. A little bit of a water bit there, I don't know if you can use that. Right, running back round. Over here is the honey pallet spawn point. We've got a small greenhouse, as you can see. There's nothing growing, we need to sort that out. If we run through this way, we've got a nice open shed. And then we've got this huge shed. Look at that, this just looks tiny, doesn't it? And this great big cavern. Turn your lights on in there, a couple of bits of equipment in there. Loads of doors in this shed as well. We've got a lime buy point. It will charge you if you load up from there, but that's quite nice having that at the farm. Loads of sheds, look. All of our equipment in, and this is the first of only 2 petrol tanks on the game. They they are empty, so you will need to fill them up. They're both large tanks. The other one's down in that other area. 25,000 litres they will take, so you will need to fill them up. And the same with these guys. These are all empty, but you will need to fill them up. That's the liquid fertilizer one. Like I say, there's 2 of them on this farm. That will take 173,500 litres, so you don't have to fill it up that much. You can go as little as 1 litre if you want to. I know most of you guys will know how to use these, but I'm just pointing them out. And this is a solid fertiliser one. Again, same idea, but this only holds 60,000 litres. Do have a water tank there. That will charge you again for getting water from there. But like I say, there is the river. I haven't tested it, but I'm assuming you're probably going to get water from there. And then this, I like this. We've got the bulk haul here. And if you look, there's 2 marked areas. The trigger there is for your workshop. They both do work. So if you've got vehicles in both of them, you can sort of skip between the 2, whichever one you want to work on. So the pickup's in that bay anyway, and as you can see, it is registering on there, which is very nice indeed. This is the Karma 16, again, like I said, for mineral feed and seeds. Fill that up and you can skip between the 2. It will only hold one or the other. It won't hold a mixture of both, but it will hold up to 27,300 litres. And then this monster is our silo. It's just standard crop types. It's not a multi-fruit because, like I say, it's base game. But this section in the middle is, if I come up to it, the Farmer 800. So tip in, pipe out. So that on its own is 800,000 litre capacity. And then we've got these extensions. Now each one of these is 250,000 litres. So we've got 4 either side. So that's 1 million there and 1 million the other side. So 2.8 million, and I am rubbish at maths, capacity on our farm. Huge. But we do have really big fields on here, so you're going to need it without a doubt. And there's the other liquid fertilizer tank just over there, so plenty of options. And there's our equipment. Right, we're going to grab the pickup. We'll head on out, we'll visit the grain mill first. You'll be able to see how huge some of these fields are. Oh, there is a fence around our farm. It will let you delete that. You can get rid of that, which is nice. Just thought I'd point that out. I just spotted it. So off we go. Oh, and another thing I've just remembered. If you come on here in Farm Manager and start from scratch, like I said, there is no buildings, nothing here. But these hatched areas, these markers, they are still there on the floor. And the same goes with selling this building. If you sell that off, they still stay there. So it gets rid of the building. You can get rid of that icon if you sell it all properly, but those markers do stay there. Obviously you can turn them on and off from the sort of main settings if you want to. But again, something else I wanted to point out, but look at the size of these fields. This is one of our fields to our right. You can't even see the edge. And there's these electricity pylons going through the fields. So this is the main road that sort of runs all the way up here. You can just about see the tunnel where it disappears, and then it runs all the way down past that other main area and then off the map again. We need to take this turning. A little bit narrow, this, if I'm honest. And this is going to be our grain mill. And we've got another tunnel there, and that is where the train tracks disappear to. But like I said, I haven't spotted a train. Been on here a couple of times on and off and haven't seen one. So I think it is just the tracks that are decorative. But there's our grain mill. Usual sort of standard affair. But as you can see, there is a few trees on here. There's obviously no sort of main forestry area, but you got clumps like that, which is what you can sort of see on the map. So all these sort of dots on the map and that's mostly trees in little clumps like that. So if you did want to clear them, do a bit of landscaping, you're going to need to find somewhere to sell wood. Potential to join up the fields as well, make them even bigger if you really want to. I think if I came on here, I probably would leave that farm as it is. I might get rid of a couple of the tanks, like the fertilizer tanks, possibly get something else in. I think I'll probably leave everything as is though. And then this little bit up here, just little touches like this I like on maps. I mean, this car does look absolutely huge compared to the pickup, but we've got an old abandoned car there. And also if you look at the sign there, look, that's all missing bits, so it's been made, well, I'm guessing it's not a mistake, it's been made to sort of look a little bit run down and rustic. Oh, excuse me. But look at these fields, guys. There's pretty much an obstacle in every single field, I think, as far as I can tell, or most of them anyway. Either pylons or clumps of trees, so it's going to give you a little bit of a challenge. We're just going to overtake this guy. I think we're safe. We'll need to ease up on my steering a little bit, and then we're into this big area. So we'll scoot across the road and I'll zoom in. We've got Corgi Foods, Western Australia. Cool little area as well, this. And we've got a sign for the grain yard there showing us. First of all, we have got just here our animal dealer. So if we come up here, it's going to show the chicken pasture. That is all we have. And then it's telling us the grain yard is round the back, which is where we are heading. So we do have a way station if you want to play properly. Now there is a few of these augers down in this area. They are just decorative, you can't get in them or anything like that, and so is these sort of sheets here and piles of stuff. This is our sale point here though, and this is selling station grain yard. You can drive up them if you want to. A little bit naughty. Right, out of here there is another of those large petrol tanks there. Again, it is empty, so you'll need to fill that up. So you do have fuel options here, and here we're going to stop there. I'll turn the engine off so you can hear me. This is our spinnery, but like I say, that's showing as a sell point on the map. So let's show you what we did. We went all around the farm, we came out all the way up here into the grain mill, back out all the way down along here, and we're now here. So yeah, that's showing the sign for a sell point for the spinnery, but we do have our spanner wrench there. You can buy it for 60 grand. Obviously there's a place there for your pallets of fabric to spawn. That's where you'll sell things. So yeah, a little bit baffled by that. This is our animal dealer sell point, so for your bales, as you can see. And then over this side we've got this huge shed which we can open and use even though we don't own this area. It's got lights in. Now this door opens straight onto that, so but if we go up into landscaping mode, bearing in mind we don't own this land, and we go to demolish, we can get rid of that section of fence, so we could now come in and out of that entrance if you wanted to. So that's not too bad. Pretty cool. Very nice big open barn again, shed. Got another way station in front of us. I will stop that there. Over here is our shop, as you can see, like so, and this roughly is your sort of reset point, or if you buy, lease anything, it appears here. Now I was testing a few things. I leased a tractor and a trailer, and it did spawn the trailer facing that way, so I had to hook up onto it. So it's right by the railroad tracks. It's not a problem driving across them, you can drive across them, but if there is a train on it, you could get hit by it, but I don't think there is. I think it's just decorative. Then we've got another workshop just here, so I've parked the truck in the zone, and there you go. Happy days. Right, this is the bits that had me baffled, because if we go onto the map, click on this one, this is the silo. Now this is part of a silo in game. It is this one, I believe. And yeah, I tried tipping in a load of wheat into there, drove in under there, didn't come up with any trigger. I thought fair enough, I need to buy the land. Bought the land, still nothing. Tried this side, nothing. As for the flat bottom bins, I haven't done a great deal with these, so I could have possibly been doing something wrong, but I did get the augers. Apologies if I'm going off track a bit, but I just wanted to point it out. And again, if I have done something wrong, someone please comment and let me know. I did try both of these guys, because obviously one's for loading up, the yellow one, and then I tried using, it was taking the wheat. Something must have happened, because I then got wheat out of the red one from there. But as for these, I'm not quite sure. And if I get my phone, there is that bit in the description. It says in order to sell fruit from the storage silos, they must be loaded onto truck and transported to sell point. So again, I grew some strawberries. I put them onto the back of the trailer. I came in under here, nothing. I was thinking, oh, maybe it takes just fruit, strawberries, things I don't know. Absolutely baffled. So apologies for that, and if I have done something wrong, I'm being an idiot, please tell me, because that is very, very possible. Just in under here we've got another sell point. Now this is going to be the sell point for your produce, your sort of strawberries, lettuce, because I did end up selling the strawberries here. And this is Corgi Station sell point, so you can get rid of things like that. And then we've got more of these flat bottom bins up here, because if we go on them, can click on them, but they're all kind of joined up with this system. I just not sure what is happening down here. And I know this map came out on PC first because it was a 4x map, and it was obviously too big for console, so we're now getting the sort of reduced size map. But so if someone knows, please let me know. And then we've got another lime station here, and that is it for the area and pretty much the map. But what I'm going to do is drive back up to that track, and we're going to drive out, and I'm just going to show you that crossing by the river. Again, it gives you another chance to see some of the fields and landscape. There you can see the train tracks disappearing up that side. But look, you cannot even see our farm. Huge. Quite a cool little area there like that. And then just up here on the left, there is a sort of little placeable area, which is quite nice. It's already got the trees around it, so you could probably put something on there, another sell point maybe, a little BGA, something like that. Got a couple of mini BGAs now, I think. So we'll just go all the way round. We should eventually sort of link up with the river, which is just coming into sight on the mini map. And there it is. So I'm guessing you can get water from there, and that is our only point of crossing. I did go up into landscaping mode and followed the river along, but I don't think it's very deep. So I mean, even if you were to come, I don't know, I've not tried this up here, is it going to give us a... No. So I think you'll be absolutely fine crossing it, or put a bridge down if you want. But that is it, guys. So that is it. We're over here now. That's that little crossing. No, just there. That's the map. Don't think I've missed anything. But like I say, please let me know if you know more than me about those silos down there. So that had me baffled a little bit. Like I say, probably me doing something wrong, because I am a bit of an idiot sometimes. But there you go. That's Western Australia. It was at by FarmerBOB. Hope you have all enjoyed the map tour. Very nice map. Please let me know your thoughts and comments on the map down below. I quite like it. If you have enjoyed it, please hit that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. That would be fantastic. I've been FarmSim Snowy. Stay frosty.